Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Green Room podcast. We are here on this sunny Thursday. Excited to be with you all again. I'm Amber Greene.
And I'm Heather Ludlow. And today we've got one of our favorite lenders on with us, somebody that we work closely with and trust a ton, Mr. Justin Campbell with Fairway Mortgage. Hi.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for
we're
joining
so
us.
excited to have you,
Yes.
and I feel like you and I have sort of come up in our careers together. I'm trying to remember the first time.
And I was thinking about it on the way up here. It's about 10 years.
Yeah, we've known each
'cause
other
I was
10 years.
matter of fact, I think the first time I was working at Huntington and Plainfield.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I've always known Justin Campbell.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited for us to finally have you on our show. And I know you're just psyched to be here,
I
right?
am actually. I was really excited to get the call. So
Good.
yeah.
Well, we're
Awesome.
excited to have you. So let's just go ahead and jump in. What do you say?
Well,
You ready for us?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about how you got started. What did your beginning look like in the
Oh,
mortgage
Lord.
industry?
So actually I have to go back pre-mortgage actually. So in like 2000 I was working for Singular Wireless.
Oh, I remember seeing it.
Yep.
You sold cell phones?
I sold cell phones.
You know, I was wondering what you did before mortgage, and I was also wondering how many years you'd been in the mortgage business. 'Cause
Yeah. So I sold cell phones, and I actually trained a guy who worked at a different location, and we became friends. And then I left cell phones because there was rumors that AT&T was going to be or Singular back then was going to be closing because I worked inside of Walmart
Oh, okay.
at one of those kiosks,
kiosk.
and they were closing, and then Walmart was going to do their own.
Mm-hmm.
So when I heard that rumor, and then I confirmed it with a Walmart store manager, I was like, I don't know what they're going to do with me.
Right.
You know, so I actually, friend of mine from college approached me. I was like, hey, I got this great job working for Progressive Insurance. You can be a claims adjuster. I was like, okay, sounds good. Hated that job. Worst job I ever had. I was there for about 2.5 years. But about a year into it, the guy that I trained at the AT&T store called me up. He's like, hey, I'm doing mortgages now and I'm making a ton of money. He's like, you really need to come over.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I think you could be good. And I was like, but it's commission. Like it was base plus commission. And I was like, I don't really want to give up my good salary at Progressive. Well, finally, I was just like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
So I called him up and I started working for a company called Beneficial Mortgage.
Okay.
We specialize in refinancing and personal loans.
Okay.
And I did that for about 2 years until the market of 2006 started crashing.
Yeah.
So 2004 is when you started.
Yes. 2005 is when I started.
2005?
Yep. I started at Beneficial.
21 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So you started at Beneficial, then it started crashing.
Market started crashing, so I left and I went to Fifth Third Bank as a branch manager
Okay.
down in Vincennes, and I did that for a couple of years. I transitioned over to Beneficial. Actually, when I started Beneficial in Bloomington, transitioned to Bloomington or to Terre Haute Beneficial, left, went to Fifth Third in Vincennes, transitioned from the Vincennes branch to the Brazil branch.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at Fifth Third for about a year in Brazil, and I just didn't see eye to eye with the management. Small town, people live paycheck to paycheck, and they're wanting you to push, credit cards, and everybody needs a savings account and all that stuff, and it just wasn't for me. So I actually got picked up by a local bank. I was there for a few years, and I left and went to Huntington Bank. Left there, went to left Ruoff, and landed at Fairway.
Awesome.
So 21 years, and that's the landscape of it. That's how I ended up doing what I'm doing.
Awesome. And how long have you been at Fairway?
It's going to be 22, I think.
22.
So, I think so. Yeah. So 4 years.
Okay.
I think is when I
What do you love most about Fairway
Oh,
from your
geez.
perspective?
There's so much about Fairway actually that I really love. I think it starts with the people.
Yeah.
And I've never
Always where it's at.
Right?
Yeah, it really is.
Sure
And
makes
I've never been at a place where I felt like a part of a family.
Yeah.
It's not just business. It's family. And everybody's willing to share. I've made some great friends from all over the country that work for Fairway. And if you need anything, you pick up the phone and they're there. I mean, like the other night, it was 9:30 our time, and I had a question about a loan. And so I emailed the group, and I probably had 10 replies So, and they were from all over the country even, which was awesome. We had some people from the East Coast, some from the West. So that in of itself is huge.
Yeah.
And then just everything else on top of it. I mean, the culture. You have direct access to the CEO,
Oh, really?
which is
That's
crazy.
nice.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
don't see that much.
yeah. He's come to Indiana a few times to speak at different meetings and such.
Mhm.
Our nonprofit arm of Fairway is amazing. We have the thing called American Warrior Initiative, which is
Mm.
where we raise money to buy service dogs for veterans.
Oh, I love that. That's
I
cool.
think we're up to. I have to double. I know we're in the 400s, probably inching close to 500 dogs given out.
Oh, wow.
Um,
I love that. I love
yes.
dogs.
I do too.
Every year we have our own golf outing up in Indianapolis for Fairway, Indiana, that we raise money for, and we give away a dog every year there as well, which is really
Aw.
cool. Yeah,
That's pretty neat.
yeah, it's pretty. I mean, you think of these big, strong veterans, and they're all muscular and tatted up, and then you bring the dog out, and they just break down to babies and just start
bet.
crying, and I mean, it's such a special thing. So yeah,
Nice.
that's a big part of it, and they encourage us obviously at the community local level. Get out, don't sit in your office. Get out, get involved. Find nonprofits that you like and want to support.
Be like a true community leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, that's, I think, who you are too.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
you have your office in Brazil, your very own office. You're open 5 days a week if people want to stop in and see you. How does that work?
So typically, I mean, in this business now, as technology continues to evolve, we do work from home. And there's days when I'll work from home. So obviously the office isn't open because it's just me. I do have an assistant, but she gets to work from home all the time. And so the office isn't always open. But I mean, we do so much online
And people can meet you there if they
yeah,
so choose.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I still love doing in-person appointments because you really get to know somebody then, and you can really dive into really working and focusing with them on things and show them up close and personal. But also too, if you know how to use technology properly, you can make it feel like you're right there with them as
Oh,
well.
totally.
I love your office. It's right there on the main strip in Brazil.
Yes.
And of course, Greene Realty, we just opened our office in Brazil.
Yes.
So we're
Yeah.
hoping to work with you more.
Well, and I just visited your office earlier this week or last week. I went in and got to sit with the two new agents.
Yeah.
Got them set up on some Fairway stuff so they
Got
can get some more marketing stuff from us.
taught them the ropes.
Yeah.
Good.
Excellent. We're going to be adding some more. So
Well, that's what
Yeah.
Becky says. I'm
be ready
excited.
for
Yes.
teaching.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to bring donuts, whatever.
Well, I'm kind of
Always happy to accept those.
I'm kind of bummed because
Monday, just in case you wonder.
when Pages closed, Pages used to make fantastic donuts in Brazil.
Really?
Yes, they did them homemade,
Yeah.
And when they closed, there's really no good donut place now in town.
Oh, that seems like an opportunity for somebody.
I know.
Maybe we could help them with the building.
Sure. Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll find you.
Yeah, there you go. Yes,
Yeah.
we'll put all of our heads together. We'll find it. We'll create a
Some
donut business.
donuts in
Yeah,
Brazil
that's
for
right.
you guys.
Back to that community involvement. Tell us what you're involved in Brazil. You are on the Chamber of Commerce, aren't you?
Yeah, so I am a big advocate for the community. I love giving back with my time. I'm currently involved with 6 different nonprofits.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm on
You're
the.
making me feel like a loser bum or something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
You don't have to.
Too.
Uh, I.
Sell houses.
I mean, Um,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Tell us what you do.
Yeah. Tell us what nonprofit.
So I'm on the chamber board.
Yes.
And I'm just a member there of the board.
You were at our ribbon cutting.
I am on the membership committee.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, it was the most well attended ribbon cutting we've had in a long time.
Aha.
So yes,
love
so
that.
you guys do hold a special spot there. So
All right.
I'm also on the board for the Southwest region for the American Red Cross, servicing 27 different counties. I'm also involved with Junior Achievement. I'm also involved with United Way. I'm on their community engagement, community structure, community outreach, and then also involved with their Neighbors Helping Neighbors program. And I am a secretary treasurer for a new nonprofit called Restitch Wabash Valley. We are working to create sleep systems for the homeless population through recycled
Wow.
materials.
Did you just have that on Facebook?
Mhm.
I saw it.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I feel like there's another one or two maybe that I'm involved with. I can't think of off the top of my head right now, but yeah.
That is fabulous.
Yeah. Oh, and I do the Real Men Read for United Way as well. So
I
I
love
go,
that. That's a cool
yeah,
thing.
I go to the kindergartner class and read to them once a month.
Aw.
Yeah, it's
You
really.
love that? Is
I
that
do
fun?
actually because I get hugs from the kids.
Right, and
Yeah.
it's a break from.
It is, and they're so
Yeah.
happy to have you there, and they remember your name. I mean, I've only been there, 4 or 5 times, but those kids, man, they love it, and
Yeah.
they're like, we took a break, obviously, for like Christmas, and so I didn't get back in. I was there in December, didn't go back till February, and like 3 kids, as soon as I walked in the door, came and gave me great big hugs. They're like, "We missed you, Justin. We can't wait for you to read to us."
Aw.
It's yeah,
It's to make you feel really good, you know? I mean, sometimes I feel like doing things for the community is just as much a give back to ourselves.
Mhm.
Yes.
that's what I tell everybody. I tell you, if you're in a funk, go do something for somebody else,
Oh, 100%.
and then
It
you'll feel
turns it
better.
around.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
It is.
Hmm.
It's really true.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're super busy.
I am. I try to stay busy. Keeps me out of trouble.
Well, that's what I was
Man.
saying, people.
Yeah. No,
Superman.
no.
Yeah.
I just try to make use of what time I have and my skills.
Yeah. That's great.
Everybody has, there's certain skills, and
Yes.
I just try to use mine to the best of my ability.
Oh, that's admirable for
Yeah.
sure. What would you say is your favorite thing about what you do?
Which part? Like
Well,
the
that's
mortgage
a great
lending or the
question.
community service
Mortgage.
or
I think
Yeah.
mortgage.
the
Let's,
mortgage?
yeah.
Okay,
Get down
so
to the nitty gritty of what you do.
Yeah.
it's definitely a double-edged sword, I think, because I love doing the mortgage lending. Obviously, we've all been to closings where that client like breaks down and cries
Mm-hmm.
because they're so happy because they never thought they would be able to afford a house or even qualify for a house to begin with.
Yeah.
And those closings are very special. But on the flip side of it, you've got those clients where they come to you and they're in need of something, right? And they've got a big life event happening, and you know that they need your services, and you need to help them out. And when you can't,
Uh-huh.
I take that on a lot personally as well. And so, having those very emotional, happy closings, obviously there's the flip side where you've got those very sad, like denials where you're like, I can't help you. Like I just can't.
Yeah.
And, so you can take that on as you can take on the happiness, but you got to take on some of the sadness
You got to
too.
do both.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
hardest part.
It is.
Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Right. That's what I was going to ask. What don't you love about the business? And that's it. When you have to deliver bad news. And I think it's the same for us real estate brokers, because we might send a buyer to you and then you tell them no. And then they say to us, is there any other option? And we're pretty much,
Our hands are kind of tied.
Yeah, I know.
That's my hardest
yes.
part of my job is when it's out of my control.
Yeah. You want to give them a
I'm
yes.
like, I can't fix this.
Yeah.
And it eats at you.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and you hear some heartbreaking stories,
You do.
and you're like, I really want to help. And, I mean, we can go all the way down to a 500 credit score, right? With 10%
That's pretty
down.
amazing.
So that's what I was going to
that
ask
guys
you.
can
What
do that.
is right now? What product do you have for someone with a low credit score?
Yeah.
Someone with a low income. Tell us what that looks like.
It's hard to say. I mean, because we have over 130 different loan products
Okay.
in our tool belt.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
we even have some like third-party investors that we can reach out to. So I always say there's usually something we can find for somebody. Obviously, there's cases when we can't. Like you get somebody with a 560 credit score, so they would have to put 10% down. They have nothing to put down. Well, there's just no options,
Yeah.
right? But you got somebody that we just closed on a deal, rather large loan. It was a $250,000 deal. The guy had a 567 credit score. He was selling his house. He had equity in his house, so he could put down the 10%.
Mm-hmm.
And sold his $110,000 house, bought a $250,000 house with his family, and it was we had it done in 3 weeks.
Wow.
So with a
Yeah.
560 credit score, if you can put 10% down, you have a product for that.
Hmm.
Okay. So if we were to ask you, what's the minimum credit score that someone needs? You can't really just flat out answer that across the board.
No, I tell people, I'm like, it all depends too on what loan product you need,
Right.
right? Because like if you've got the 10% down, sure, I can go all the way to 500. If
All the way to
you,
500 with 10% down.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
See, that is nice to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then 580 for traditional FHA, 600s. If you can get to 600, you can start looking at down payment assistance on FHA.
Right?
Okay.
You get to a 620, then you open up conventional down payment assistance. You open up USDA. We have a couple different programs. Once you get to like a 640 or a 680, you open up even more to the down payment assistance piece.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Conventional starts at 620 as well. I usually tell people for a standard conventional, you want to be at 690 or better, just for the pricing and the mortgage insurance stuff.
Right.
We have DSCR products for those investors that want to buy. That starts
good.
at like a 680. We have construction to perm financing on Freddie and Fannie and VA. For the construction to permanent, it starts at a 700.
Okay.
We have HELOCs, we have bridge loans, we do personal loans. We also are branching out. We have our own insurance company now as well, so we can get insurance quotes usually within
Wow.
24 hours.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I love to hear though that you have HELOCs and bridge loans because I did not know that.
I
I'll
didn't
have to
either.
remember that
And I
because
didn't know you could service a credit score in the low 500s.
me neither.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're learning a lot today.
Yeah,
So you like
that's kind of, I mean, honestly, like our bread and butter is give me somebody with a 640 credit score that's been on that works at a manufacturing job that gets overtime and they've been there for at least 18 months. Give me that client all day long. Down
And
payment
you'll-
assistance, we will. That's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
What about construction loans?
we do have those.
You do those too?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, 700.
700 for a construction loan.
Yep, we have Fannie, Freddie, and then we have VA.
Okay.
Awesome.
And working on bringing
Awesome.
out more, but obviously when you start to bring in the FHA piece of the construction, you have a lot more red tape. You got to hire more people to service those
Right.
after you close. So we're working on it, but not there yet.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have to ask him about interest rates, right?
That's where my head was going
You
to.
asked. Yeah.
I think we can both ask. Let's talk about
Let's
interest
talk about
rates,
interest rates.
Justin.
I have to go out to my car and get my crystal ball, so I have to wait.
No,
That's what I tell
it's
people
like
too.
us,
Yeah.
what's my house worth? Well, I need to come look at it. Well, just tell me what you think it might be worth. No, I got to come look at
No,
it.
I got to smell it.
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
see
I
it.
got to see it. But
Yeah.
it's the same thing with interest rates. You get asked that all the time, I'm sure. But where are they at right now? And where do you see them going? Maybe.
Yeah.
So the first thing is just like what you guys say. Like I typically give people the analogy of like a mechanic, right?
Yeah.
Pick up the phone, call your mechanic, and make the noise, and have him tell you what's wrong with your car.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, and people are like, well, what's your rate? Well, I would love to tell you a rate, but what kind of loan product are you doing? What's your credit score? What's your down payment? What's all these, there's, at one point we counted 25 plus factors that go into making up your interest rate.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So what's my rate? I don't know. Like I can't really tell you, but they're averaging right now. We're seeing them between 6.5 and 6.75 again. We were coming down. We were really seeing them in the low sixes right before the war on Iran popped off.
Well, yeah. We had that little dip where they dipped just below 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now that's back up.
Oh, that's gone. Yeah, and that
Didn't
was
that last about a day?
It did last. It lasted
It was so exciting for me.
Yes. Well, and you saw it in our application volume. That one day we had about a 25% spike in our rate locks that day.
Day that they dipped below 6.
Yep. Because we had people on the fence waiting, and like we had loan officers were like, okay, hey, we just saw the rates dip down. Let's lock in, and so they did.
Yeah.
I think that initially before this war happened, I think that we probably would have seen rates in the 5.75s and maybe holding steady there. Obviously, we're back up now to 6.5 or so. I still think we'll get to below 6 at some point this year. When, I don't know, but
I sort of feel that way too, and I'm glad you said that.
Me too.
that's and I mean, we try and. The nice thing too about being with Fairway is obviously we're the second largest non-retail lender in the nation. So we have a lot of connections with a lot of people in the industry. So like Barry Habib, who is an
Mhm.
industry expert when it comes to like interest rates.
Yeah.
He will come and speak to us about every other month
Oh, that's nice.
in a group, a Zoom call.
Sure.
It's very nice.
But
Yeah.
he is one of the forefront experts on stuff. So I pay attention to him a lot. Like to listen to what he says. He gets into the weeds sometimes of the economy and a lot of economic data that goes way over my head.
Mhm.
But still to hear him talk and speak, I mean, is huge. So he agrees that's kind of where he's at, is that 575 mark by the
Mhm.
end of the year. Obviously, things can change. We don't know what this war is going to do and how long it's
Right.
going to hold on. And thing with gas prices, if they're fluctuating, I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with rates,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Mhm.
So plus we have a lot of economic data, with unemployment data coming out, and that will always kind of shift the needle sometimes as well.
Mhm.
Mm.
Well, I'd really love to see 575.
So would I. That would make our lives
Maybe
pretty. That make our lives easier selling houses,
it
wouldn't
really
it?
would. It would be nice for
No,
everyone,
but
really.
I think though when you see that though as well, then you're going to still get those. You're going to see an influx of buyers,
Right.
right? Because people are going to hear that rates have dropped, and they're going to see that
Yeah.
their purchasing power becomes more.
True.
But if we don't get those sellers off the fence,
Mhm.
right? We've got to let
Mhm.
people know. Yes, nobody wants to get rid of that 2.75% rate that they have, but some of the time they're going to have to move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
we've really got to work with those sellers to make them understand that yes, 2.75 is great, and yeah, you don't want to lose it, but at the same token, like, what are you doing? Are you missing out on the house that you really want because you're scared to give up this rate? Or are you worried that, you're not going to get the same size house? Or, I mean, there's all kinds of things that go into
There's
that, but
lots of variables. Yeah.
really speaking to those sellers and getting them off the fence so we can get some inventory, because that's still,
Oh, it's still low.
yeah, if rates drop, it
Yeah.
doesn't
Right.
matter, but if there's no inventory, you're
No.
not going to
I
have
think I've
people.
got like 7 buyers right now in my pipeline. We're just waiting for the right house, and I'm actively searching every
Mhm.
day for it.
Yeah.
I feel
It's
like there's
just
more
there's
buyers now than
nothing.
sellers.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Mhm.
I'm thinking that I feel like a lot of people seem to wait until 1st of May to list their house. So
They get out of
I
school.
sense that May and June are going to be
Big months.
big months.
I do too.
So I'm sort of trying to get ready for that.
I think there's some. I definitely think that there's some pent up buyers that are really itching to get out there and buy a house.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just can't find
They just
anything,
can't
and
find anything.
yeah, and
Yeah. I mean, I'm sending letters, like, calling people,
hey, you want to sell?
knocking on doors. I
Yeah,
haven't done that yet, but I will.
yeah.
You
Huh?
know,
Yes, running around knocking on doors.
Yes, I
Yeah,
could
that
actually.
would be fun.
you should.
I know.
I've got 7 buyers right now.
Yeah.
Make a day of
Would you
it.
like to sell your house?
Yeah.
I've seen some realtors posting on Facebook and stuff where
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, I've got 7 buyers, and here's what they're
Here's
looking
what
for.
they're looking for.
Buyer one's looking for this. Reach out if you
Yeah.
have anything.
Yeah.
Or,
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that. I need to again. But let's talk about the difference between a big bank and local lenders, because I think it's super important for people to know. And I think this might be something you could really speak on, as opposed,
Yeah,
kind of give them the ins and outs of that.
Yeah.
And hey, your experience is generally a lot better when you go local.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can definitely, I think, really speak to that because I've worked for a bigger bank.
Yeah.
Right? I worked for Huntington Bank for a while. And then I've worked for like the super local regional, like a Ruoff lender. And now being with Fairway, being with a national lender, there are differences. When a bank does a mortgage, that is not their primary income,
Mhm.
right? Banks get paid mostly on their free checking accounts. That is usually their most profitable product because they're not paying any interest,
Mhm.
and they get all these deposits, and then they can lend out the deposits, right? So that's how banks traditionally make their most money, is by their deposit dollars. And then going to a company like Ruoff, super regional bank, super regional lender, very driven on the process side of things. Like they want to get things through very speedy,
Mhm.
and that's what their reputation was built on, was speed. The problem is that sometimes you don't have the extra money to be able to pump up your processing, right? you don't have the money to invest back into staffing, and or maybe you don't have the marketing dollars because they're doing other things with them, or you just don't have the products, right? Because
Right.
you're still too small. You
Yeah.
don't have the staff to be able to service and underwrite all these various products. And with Fairway, mortgages is all we do, right? We don't have deposits. We don't have credit cards. We don't have, well, I take that back. We actually do have a Fairway credit card now, but
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
But
Right? Maybe we
Yeah.
should get one.
the thing is like the
Do we have to pay
processing.
it back? Do you have to pay it back?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you'd like to keep your credit score good,
oh,
yes.
but see, but you can still get a mortgage with 500 credit score.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be fine.
okay.
Yeah. Just let it go delinquent. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, so how a company derives their money, obviously, is what they're going to focus on. And with banks, with, being your bigger banks like your PNCs, your Chase, I mean, Wells Fargo still is one of the top lenders in the nation in terms of mortgages, but they have the deposit dollars, right?
Right.
People do that same, oh, well, I bank there, so it's got to be easier, right?
No.
No, it's really not. Just because they have your information on a computer screen in front of them doesn't necessarily mean that they will make it easier for you.
No, not at all. And what I found too, I might be just a little sore right now because I
I'm
have
sensing some tension.
there's a little tension.
Little
Not
hostility.
against any of you guys, but yeah, I'm dealing with. I mean, I did not tell them to go there, but a big bank and one of my clients, and we spent all day. I was glued to my computer, back and forth, and you couldn't get anybody on the phone. So what could be just totally taken care of in a quick phone conversation
See,
gets
Heather's
drug
fired up
out.
and
I'm fired
They
up.
should have gone Fairway, right?
They should have gone Fairway.
Avoid
exactly.
being fired up
Yeah.
and go Fairway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And they know that now too. And what I found interesting, my client even called her actual personal banker there, and she was like telling her, I mean, they have like, almost $1 million invested with that bank, and they're giving them
The runaround.
the runaround.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's good times.
good times. But that's why I think it's so important that people understand that because
Yeah,
they
oh,
don't
yeah.
know, and they came to me with it, and I tried to turn them. But we have to do what the clients want.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Well, and also too, sometimes like we are heavily investing into technology.
yeah.
We are diving full force into the AI space. We have created our own enterprise chat system with ChatGPT,
Nice.
so it will actually grab our guidelines for us.
Yeah.
So it's and sometimes with the bigger banks and stuff, they're not investing into technology because it's not, again, their primary income driver. So
Yeah.
they're not going to get an ROI on it like we would.
Mhm.
And that's just something that they miss out on too, I think, is the clients having to be able to use technology a little bit better.
Oh yeah,
So-
absolutely.
I've got a question. If I am thinking about getting pre-approved for a mortgage, and of course that's the first thing you do before you start house shopping,
Yes.
get pre-approved. How much
How much can you afford?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What should a consumer do if they want to use you? Should they call you? Should they go on your website? What's the best first move for someone to make if they want to see if they can qualify for a mortgage through you?
There's not I mean, obviously the standard answer would be, we have an online application. It takes 10 to 15 minutes to fill out. We do a soft credit inquiry, so there's no adverse impact to the credit scores.
That's important to note.
Um,
A lot of
Yes,
people
for
think
sure.
a hard,
I think that obviously that's the easiest way, but everybody's different, right? Like you may be comfortable with doing online, you may be an in-person, right?
Mhm.
Or you may want to do it a different way. You may want to do it over the phone. Like it doesn't matter to me how. The easiest thing is just get in contact with
Yeah.
me.
What about the
Right.
people
Right.
that text you at midnight to see if they can qualify for a loan? I mean, isn't that fun?
If I'm awake, I usually will text them back.
Do it. I'm gonna do it. It's not
Yeah.
like
Hey,
judgment away.
ask Becky. Becky and I have had some conversations at 10:30 at night,
Yep.
about clients. But
Sure.
normally I tell people 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, I'm available.
Mhm.
That's very available.
That's very
If we can't fit it in during that time, but
Hey.
usually, I mean, we can. But buying a house, I've had clients text me at 2 o'clock in the morning, freaking out. Closing coming up in a couple days, and they're like, I don't think I can do this, and
Yeah.
you got to kind of, and
Talk them off the ledge
exactly,
a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So we're gonna do we have rapid fire questions for you.
Oh,
I'm gonna ask you 10 and Heather's gonna ask you 10.
Oh,
But
okay.
before that, tell us about you, your personal life.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun?
Work.
Because you're actually a human too, not just a mortgage machine.
Yeah. So,
Right.
He's a mortgage bot.
yeah. Well, at Fairway, they say mortgages are what we do; they're not who we are.
I love that.
And so
We don't say that here, though, at Greene Realty. Maybe we should have
Maybe we should have some sort of a motto like that. Let's think about that because I think we might need one.
I do think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So obviously, when I'm not working mortgages, usually I'm volunteering, doing something with the nonprofits. I have 3 kids: a 23-year-old, a 20-year-old, and an 11-year-old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the 11-year-old keeps me hopping.
That would
Yeah.
be 4th grade?
Yes, 4th grade.
So you've got
Yeah.
a 4th grader and then 2 adult
Yep.
children. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent.
But other than that, really, I mean, it's really just
Kids and mortgages.
yeah.
And volunteering.
And volunteering.
And
Yeah.
volunteering.
Yeah. That's really kind of about it. I mean, I don't do a lot of fun
Do you have
stuff.
any hobbies?
Really don't. No.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
I used to
Never
love
have-
I used to
I
love
haven't.
playing basketball, but I'm too old for that now. My knees
Yeah.
hurt. So
Wait,
Yeah.
how old are
I feel
you
you.
now?
I'll be 47 in May.
Oh, really?
Okay, 'cause You're
You're the same. I'll be 47 on Monday.
yeah.
Mhm.
Happy
Birthday.
early birthday.
Oh, thanks. You
Yeah,
too.
Thanks.
You guys are right there. So
Yeah.
so are you guys the same astrological sign then?
I'm a
Aries.
Taurus.
I'm
Okay, so
Aries.
you're 1 apart. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 47. You young pups.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't feel it.
Right? Yeah. Not at all.
Awesome.
Some days. So,
Okay. So
yeah.
want me to start with my 10?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna and you don't think.
Okay.
Just
Say it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay.
you got to bleep that. You got to bleep.
okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Early bird or night owl?
Ooh. Night owl.
Beach vacation or mountain getaway?
Both.
City life or country living?
3.
Netflix or YouTube?
Ooh.
Well, that's tough.
I didn't say Netflix and chill. I just said Netflix or YouTube.
Depends. It depends on the time, actually. I would say prior to like 9 o'clock at night, maybe YouTube. After 9, Netflix.
All right.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
Because sometimes on YouTube, you'll go down that rabbit hole and you'll find something that pertains to your job, and you're like, oh, I want to remember that. So I try to
Uh-huh.
make sure that like I'm in good sound mind and not
Yeah.
tired
And that's
after
right.
9 o'clock at night. Like, oh, I just forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Texting or phone calls?
Text.
Suit and tie or business casual?
Neither. Sweatpants, sweatshirt. You see how I'm dressed right now. This is me dressing up.
I like it though, because you've always just been real.
Yeah. You're just who you are.
Yeah.
I wore a
Which
suit and
is
tie for a lot of
Right.
years working at the bank, and I don't want to ever go back to that.
Yeah.
If you had come in here today with a suit and tie, I think I would have said, "Where's Justin?"
Yeah. It would have
Yeah,
been weird.
I wouldn't have liked it.
And it doesn't fit in our market either, right? I mean,
No.
you know,
Right.
especially when your clientele is a lot of blue collar workers. Like, I don't want to show up in a suit
No.
for them.
But you want to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sweet or salty?
sweet.
Gym workout or outdoor run?
Jim,
Podcasts or music?
music.
My turn.
Pretty darn good on
You
that.
did really good.
That's very, like,
yeah.
Very confident in those answers.
yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. Work from home or office?
Both.
Okay. CRM or spreadsheet?
CRM.
Good job.
Oh, you
That's the
fancy.
way to do
you guys are
it.
fancy pants. The spreadsheet.
Pre-approval or pre-qualification?
Always a pre-approval.
Amen to that.
Pre-qualification is not even worth the paper it's on.
That's right. It's a joke.
Yep.
Fixed rate or adjustable rate?
Always fixed if I can.
Very good.
Okay.
Unless I have an affluent client that knows what they're getting into. But
Yeah.
9 times out of 10,
They do.
9.5 times out of 10, it's always fixed.
Fixed.
Yep. FHA or conventional?
Depends.
On the situation,
Yeah.
the person, all the
Yeah,
things.
yep.
Um,
There's a program for everybody. You don't ever. I try not to ever put people into buckets.
I love that. First time home buyers or seasoned investors?
I do love my investors because
Mm-hmm.
I nerd out sometimes on their spreadsheets,
Uh-huh.
and I love listening to people's ideas of how they're going to grow and expand, and it's really awesome when you start with a first time investor, and then 3 years later, like they're on their 5th house with you buying it,
Yeah.
and you just see the progression of that. That is pretty cool, but it's also like my first time home buyers. I did a post around Christmas time, and I was like, show me your tree.
Yeah.
If you got a loan from me, show me your tree. And I had 20 or 30 people commented.
Post.
And it was awesome to see because everybody, yeah. And then I had one person that was like, well, we just got our house from you. And they just showed like a bare spot of their corner. They're like, we don't have the tree up yet, but it's going to go here. Yeah.
Post idea.
Yeah, it really was.
Idea.
It was probably one of the, yeah.
What a great way to connect with your people and kind of see like how they're celebrating. So, speed or perfection?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speed to response is one of our core values at Fairway, but and in our world, information is so easily attainable, whether it's correct or not. And if you're not efficient in getting back to them quickly, they're going to go find an answer somewhere else.
Correct.
And it may or may not
So
be
right.
accurate.
So right.
So I would prefer to be the one to give it to them.
Right.
I always strive for perfection. We're never going to get there. I make mistakes on a daily basis, but I do like to be as close to perfect as possible.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
Sounds reasonable. 30-year mortgage or a 15-year mortgage? I'm going to guess you're probably going to say depends.
It depends. Most of the time, I mean, I would say that 95% of our mortgages that we do are 30 years.
Yeah.
And we do about 40% bond loans right now, which is our down payment assistance.
Okay.
So we're very heavy in the bond, just because that's what the market dictates right now. So I would say a 30-year.
Yeah. Okay. This one hits home for me. Big bank or local lender?
Local lender all the time.
Today with big banks, in case you haven't noticed.
I can hear that. Yeah.
Can you hear that
Yeah,
frustration in my voice?
Just a little bit.
We'll get through it. Everything's figure outable. That's my favorite saying.
Yes.
So we'll get through it. But rate shopper or relationship client?
Relationship client.
Amen.
Yeah.
Paper files or digital everything?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, I have my notebook over there that I still do analog notes with, my to-do lists, but everything else, if I can get it on
digital, you will. I'm the same way. I can't give up the paper completely.
No.
I like a little bit of both.
I'm all paper.
Well, we're working on that with
I
you.
know.
You're getting better.
I've just become friends with Chat GPT at least.
Yeah, you gotta be friends with Chatty
What's
G.
what's your chat's name? Do you have it?
Chat GPT.
You haven't named it?
Am I supposed to?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to name it?
Call mine Chatty G.
Oh.
Mine's Atlas.
Okay, I like.
Do I have to come up with my own name?
Well, so I asked
like
it.
to call it.
I asked it what it would like. My prompt to him to chat was, now that we know enough about each other, what do you think I should call you? And it gave me like It gave me like 5 different names to choose from, and it told why.
Maybe I should ask it. I just been calling it a name.
Yeah.
It's one of those that you pay. Is this the chat thing that you have to pay for, or is it the free one?
I use the paid version.
I use the free one.
So
But
I can even name the free one?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to name mine Mark.
Mark?
Yeah, I just think Mark is a cool name.
There you go.
You like Mark?
I like the name Mark.
There
Yeah.
you go. Okay.
I like it.
It's a real manly name.
Yeah.
So
So
Mark-
Mark, I got to call Mark.
Let me
I gotta
ask
talk
Mark.
to Mark.
You ask
Let me
Mark, yeah.
Mark.
Yeah.
You can act like that's like your husband or something, and that could be like, oh, I gotta run that by Mark first.
Ask Mark, and then that way no one will like.
Can get you out of.
Yeah, nobody will try to
situations.
ask me to go out or something.
There you go. Got to ask Mark. Sorry.
Sorry,
Mark
Mark.
says
I
no.
got to run this by Mark.
Yeah, there you go.
All right,
See?
got it. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Underwriting approval or clear to close?
Pretty close.
Yeah. I didn't make these questions.
That's
I just
a-
want to let you know
That was my chat.
This is Mark.
Yeah.
This is all Mark.
Mark did a good job.
Yeah. Low rates or low fees?
Low rates give you more purchasing power.
Appraisal waiver or full appraisal?
Ooh, I like waiver.
I like
I
waiver.
wasn't getting asked the question. Sorry.
You know, I don't know those. I mean,
Yes.
obviously for speed and closing and all the things that could go wrong with a full appraisal, the appraisal waiver is great. You only get those typically on like your 20% down conventional. So usually
Yeah.
you usually have a seasoned buyer doing that as well. So it's not. I don't like getting an appraisal waiver on a first-time home buyer though, because then they're like that's what they expect moving forward on all the deals
Yeah.
after that. We didn't have to have an appraisal on this property. Well, it's because certain situations.
Yes,
and-
and you have to explain it.
Yeah.
And then they,
Yeah.
And
And then
it's
do they
confusing.
ever really believe you on it? You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean?
Right.
Like
It's confusing.
it is confusing for sure. Credit score 620 or 780.
620.
Wow, really?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Because you want to help people.
Because you want to help people
Yeah.
and you can get them into those programs.
Yeah.
I like it.
Underdog.
Realtor referral or online lead.
Builder.
We're pretty good. Jumbo loan or conforming loan.
I'd probably pass out if I had to do a jumbo loan. I feel like, what? You want to buy this? Like, I mean, my average loan size is $189,000.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
throw me a jumbo, I'm not going to know what to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So next one, let's do some fun curveballs here. Dream home in the suburbs or downtown condo?
Suburbs.
Suburbs. Fixer upper or move in ready?
I'm not handyman at all, so move
So
in ready.
move in ready for
Yeah.
you. Smart home tech or classic home charm?
Classic home charm with smart home tech.
Okay,
Like
That was a question, Justin.
I love like this the 6-inch baseboards, you know, and the big 4-inch trim around doors. Like I love that.
Oh, I do too.
But man, I love like my Ring cameras and my internet.
My house, like I did, I built it to look old, but it was new with all the new things in it.
Exactly. That's what I would.
That is your house.
Yeah.
My house just looks old.
Oh,
It does. It looks like an 80-year-old woman lives there.
well, didn't you buy your furniture from an 80-year-old woman?
Yeah, I just bought it furnished, and she was 80. So and I haven't done anything at all to it since.
I told you I'd come to buy it.
No,
I love
no,
that.
she had a bunch of all the plants died and all the things.
We got it. We'll get you fixed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
get you fixed up.
Yes.
Some AI staging in there first.
But you know,
What?
yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Could do
We
what?
totally could do some AI staging in there first and kind of
yeah.
let you know what it could look like. But we could name your style Grandma Chic.
Grandma. That's what Brett says. It's
Yeah.
Grandma Chic.
Yeah, which is kind of a big thing
Yeah.
now. So you're not
Yeah.
totally out of it.
Right.
You're good. Open concept or defined rooms.
Open concept.
Okay. And then would you rather close 10 small deals or one massive deal? I think I know the answer to this.
Oh, I do too.
Oh, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what I was
Because that's 10 families that you get to help out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what I mean, it's so funny. And you guys can probably appreciate this, especially you, because you have your big heritage house or heritage lake houses,
Mhm.
but then you may also have a small little 2-bedroom here in Danville that's 100,000, and you,
totally.
so for us, like, it's funny because we'll look at, the numbers because we go up against, obviously, in Indiana, we've got the Carmel, the Noblesville stuff. And, there's loan officers, 5 units for $3 million. Like, I'm over here with like 10 for 1.2, and it's like, yeah. And they're like, and obviously people, it's the volume. So the 3 million get recognized. I'm over here like, I just did 10 units. Like I'm busted. Yeah.
Numbers, right?
Yeah.
The transaction count.
Yes.
See, there's transaction count and then there's volume, and I think both are equally important.
They are.
As
They
just-
are.
yeah, because Becky has a lot of transaction.
Right.
Yeah.
Count, but her volume might not be as high. But she's out there humping it just as hard as anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, and I think that I think units is always the bigger one for me.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So, well, Justin, you're a natural.
Thanks.
You can host with us or something.
I would love to.
You could.
Yeah.
You could be a fill-in host sometimes. Yeah.
Best host.
Yeah.
Best DJ.
Nice and smooth.
On the ones
Yeah.
and twos?
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
Ones
I don't
and
know. DJing?
Oh yeah. Mixtape. The mixtape.
For ones
Yeah.
and twos.
Ones and twos.
We're so cool. We're like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Random. It's just who I am as a
Me
person.
too.
I make it weird and it will be weird again, and that's okay.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
It feels right.
As long as you're having fun with it.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So, do we have any questions?
Comments and a question.
Oh, okay.
Gross says Justin is the man. I love using him for my clients. They love using the app to do things.
Yeah.
Andrea Wood says this is the comment about you guys knocking on doors. Don't tell Cody about knocking on doors and asking. LOL. Cody would sell right away for the right price.
Andrea is one of my all-time favorite clients and people.
Aw.
Yeah. Cody will.
Where's
help-
Cody and what kind of house does he have? I've got 7 buyers.
Well, Cody
and
needs to
Andrea-
call me first to get pre-approved to
Get
buy his
pre-approved.
next
There you
house.
go.
Cody and Andrea are amazing. They live in Ladoga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They have a great little house in Ladoga.
I know we closed the one that they're in right now. Did we close the one before then too?
So too, I
I
think.
feel like
yeah.
I did 2 of them with them.
They're great people.
Well, then
Yeah.
there's this lead up after that from Andrea. We have worked with Justin and Amber. Both are awesome. Do you guys do out of state deals like down by the beach? So
Darn it, we need to get
To answer that question, so I am only licensed in Indiana and Illinois, but obviously with us being nationwide, and
You have that.
I try to network as well. So
yeah,
I've got loan officers in various parts of the country that I can refer business
And
out
I've
to.
got tons of referral partners all across the U.S. and beyond that
I
I
have
can
a-
always help with that
Beyond?
too.
Beyond.
Yeah, I've got a referral partner in Israel, in in Portugal, a
Really?
bunch in Canada. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have a good friend in Siesta Key, Florida, Natalie Gutwein of the Gutwein Group. I
Mhm.
could, I need to.
I got a lot of people.
Yeah, I just have some Florida people. Natalie is one of them.
Network.
I've won in almost every state now, but
Gosh,
I'm in a big networking group.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
yeah,
Networking's important.
it's
It is.
very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Matt Ludlow asks,
See,
Matt Love. I mean, it's not a show without a question from Matt Love.
it really is.
how often do people go out and buy furniture or anything with credit
Oh,
shortly before they are supposed to get their clear to close?
and mess everything up.
I find it more that it happens with the experienced seasoned buyers than it does with the first time home buyers because
Really?
the first time
real?
home yeah because I mean we send out like 3 different times don't do this like so the first time home buyers like they're very skeptical. Yeah, I mean you'll get some right that want to jump the gun and go buy furniture right away, but I have one right now that we were supposed to close on Tuesday. We were trying to close on this Friday, and we found out that they went out and got a Kohl's card a week ago.
Kohl's card.
And we're like, oh, we need all this stuff now, and it's a seasoned. They're buying a rental home, like it's a seasoned person
That knows better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yes, it has happened. The worst one I had though was literally we were a week away from closing, and the guy got fired.
Oh no.
Didn't tell us. We go to do our verification of employment that we're supposed to do at a minimum 10 days before closing, and we were running. Our volume was way up, so we didn't get to it until like 3 days before closing. And they're like, "No, he doesn't work here anymore." Like,
Oh.
Get the phone call him. He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "But I got a couple interviews coming up. I didn't think it would matter."
It does.
You didn't think it would matter that you lost your job? Okay.
Mhm.
We'll pick this back up when you get a job.
I have found with first time home buyers, if we do our job and explain things to them, and treat them correctly and make sure that they know what's going on, they tend to pay it the most attention.
Yeah, it's very
They
true.
don't want to mess it up. They want to get the
Right.
house because
Yeah.
they're so
Yeah.
excited.
And
They're
and
so-
they
yeah.
will if you speak to them and tell them what to do, they're going to do it.
Yeah. True. That's very true.
Yeah.
To me, education is what's still very lacking in our industry.
Yes.
100%.
There is, those of us that have been doing it for a long time, we've been there, done that. We've gone through the education pieces.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of these newer agents and some of these even newer lenders, especially the online lenders, they don't educate because they don't know. You're just a number when you call in.
Yes.
And anymore, I think that we need to educate, especially with like the TikToks and everything, where anybody can go in there and make a TikTok and make it viral about getting a mortgage, and everybody thinks it's the gospel, and it could be
100% not true.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, don't believe everything you see online.
Yeah,
Let me talk to you. Let me get you to the lender
Mhm.
and get the real deal about things.
exactly. Yep.
100%.
Absolutely.
Matt Ludlow also made a comment. Amber, your chat GPT should probably be female.
How about Mary? How about Mary?
Mary, there you go.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Joanna Pauley said, Amber, I will redecorate your house.
Oh.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, there you
Joanna.
go.
I love Joanna. We may have to look into that.
Andrea Wood, Cody and I will come help redo or redecorate your house. So you got a multiple.
Look
options.
at
Wow.
this. You
I
got
got house out of this, right?
You could.
Yeah.
And then Ray Ellis asks, for someone wanting to get into real estate, is there somewhere he can go to get study materials?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Ray should reach out to me.
Yeah.
And I can guide him. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a call, Ray.
Yeah.
I know Ray. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well,
Awesome.
Justin, this was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. I had a
Yeah.
blast.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Of course.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to talk and just chat and
It is.
network and
Right, and just
all the
kind of
things.
this is fun. It's kind of a break from the chaos, you know?
Yes.
Because I think Heather and I were both feeling chaotic before we sat down. We always do that on Thursdays. I'm always thinking, oh,
Yeah.
but then once I just get here and you just have that 30, 45 minutes, it's
I can
fun.
breathe again.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
No phones, no emails, no
Yes.
calls coming in, no
Just talking.
no mutual releases you got to process.
I hope for none today.
I'm hoping for none the rest of the month.
Right.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
So-
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know about you guys, but I mean, that's, when you get into the limited inventories,
Mhm.
you get those people that, they spend 30 minutes looking at the house the first time, like, oh, we love it, let's make an offer. And then they come back with the home inspector and they're like, we decided we don't want this house.
Uh-huh.
Like 2 days ago, you loved it. Like, spend a little bit more time at the first showing, right?
Yeah.
Take a little bit more time. Don't rush through it. Look at the house. Make sure before you write the offer, because there's so much that happens once that offer is accepted. And there's so many people that are now involved.
Yeah.
Just spend the extra couple
Yeah.
minutes.
And you're tying all of them up, and then you're
Yes.
also spending money on
Yes.
things like inspection and appraisal if you get down that
And
road
all the
far
things.
enough, all the things, and you're not going to get repaid
No.
for that.
No.
I had somebody that was buying a manufactured home,
Mm-hmm.
and they knew that the roof looked bad when they first saw it, but they went through it anyway. And now we've got an appraisal, we've got a structural engineer inspection done, we've got the home inspection done, you got your earnest money. I mean, there were $2,000 into this transaction.
Easy. Yeah.
And they're like, well, we hoped that the seller would fix the roof, so we just kept going.
Well, hope is not a strategy.
I'm like,
No.
you should have. That should have been a question
Hope
you
it-
maybe should have
yeah.
asked in the
That's
very
another
beginning.
good
like,
saying, isn't it? Hope is not a strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true,
Mhm.
isn't it?
So, Justin, if anybody wants to reach out to you, your website, your email,
Yeah. You want to
The
give them
easiest way.
yeah,
Just text me 317-561-1051.
317-561-1051. Justin Campbell, Fairway Mortgage.
He's your go-to.
He's your man.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for
Yes,
joining
absolutely.
us, and
So-
we're excited to see you guys next week.
Yeah.
We'll
next
have
week we will have something special for you. We don't know what yet, but
we're cooking it up now.
yeah,
We're in the lab.
It's a yeah.
Podcast lab.
That's
the podcast
right.
lab. Yeah, we'll figure
Mixing it
something
up.
out. So have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
ya.
Bye.